So I want to teach you how to cut this vintage and jonkoso design. This is me. I just marked out the 4 inches that I'm going to use as slant. Then I mark 1.5, 2 for the 1.5 the length, and 2 for the width in marking out my neck. Then I slant join. You see what I'm doing in the video. After slanting, then I want to mark out 4 inches. I'm supposed to make it 4.5, but I just make it 4 so that if there is any error I need to correct, I'll correct it when I want to do the final trimming after joining the front and back. Then I'll mark the shoulder and add 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Then I curve that 4 inches that I mark out, and I curve it and join it with the shoulder and curve. Then I cut off the neck and cut. You're seeing what I'm doing in the video. Well, remember, as a tailor, when you are cutting, you don't have to be rushed. You have to take things easy, because when I rush you can mistakenly damage clothes. Maybe if it's an expensive clothes, like all these Indian jobs that are selling 15,000 per yard, and you now mistakenly where you are rushing and now made mistake in the cutting, you have made the worst mistake of your life. So I now remove the front, now bring the back side of the clothes. I'm dressing it very well. For dressing, I use iron to divide this. Always make sure you use iron to divide so that there will not be error in the measurements. Remember, as a tailor, make sure you are using iron to cut. If you don't have light, you can use charcoal iron or any means of iron you need to use, but have to be using iron to cut. Then I'm done dividing it. I'm done ironing it, and I'll dress it very well. Then I'll mark another 4 inches that I use as slant. I would have joined it together with the front side and slant, but this fabric they used to dance very well. So you see, I've cut out the slant. Now we now join the front and back. Please guys, if you are watching this video, please share. Make sure you like the video and share. If you find this helpful, please, so you can promote my work. See, I joined the front and back, and I'm relaxing it, so make sure that I don't make mistakes. Then you now add 4 inches, 4.5 inches. Why? I was supposed to make it 4, but I added 1/2 inch for the sewing allowance. You know the back is always supposed to be longer than the front. This is how I used to cut my own. So you now iron. Always make sure you use iron, especially when you are cutting this jonkoso fabric or this net material. Always make sure you use iron. Then you now cut. See how I cut this? Always make sure your work is neat. And I mark this length, this place that I mark now is supposed to be 7.5, but I intentionally make it 6.5. Remember what I told you earlier, that I don't like cutting my armhole and the neck straight when during cutting. I love it when after joining the front and back, I will not make the final measurements. Always remember to add the 1/2 inch in your back of the clothes, in the back side of the fabric. Yes, you see how I joined it, you see how I added mine. Let's make sure I add this, very very important. In my next video I'll explain the reason for that. So I now mark out the length. I made it 29.5 because I'm going to join the down part. This person's length is 32, but I'm intentionally cut out 29.5. And I cut it. Now remove the fabric. I'll now cut it. I'm still cutting it. Sorry the video was not able to capture that side, but you should know what to do. Okay, if you don't know what to do, I just cut it. See how I just cut it. They are now brought out the leftover to check whether if it is enough for the joining. See, I measured it. It's 6 in number. It's 6. 2.5 plus 29.5 will give you 32. And now divide it. The total length of this is 12. And now divide it to give you 6. Remember that 6 half inch is for the sewing allowance. 2.5. Then now add 2.5 to 29.5. It will give you that 32. See what I'm doing? And I now mark it. Always make sure you mark it so you know the back and the front. Then I now brought out the fabric again to trim out the excess parts in the chest. I would have done this thing earlier, but I intentionally leave it. So I want to check whether if the other part of the fabric is enough. So I'm dressing. You always make sure you dress your work to be very neat. It's very very important, so you don't make mistake in your cutting. Then now add 1 inch sewing allowance. Always make sure you add 1 inch sewing allowance. The person's chest is 42. 42 divided by 2 will give you 21. 21 divided by 2 will give you 10.5. Then that 10.5 plus 1 inch is 11.5. That is what I used to cut. Please, if you are watching this video and you find it helpful, please make sure you like, subscribe and share. Thank you.